Hi everyone, it's Nat here. Hope you're all doing well. So I've got a little quick project to do. I found this at the op shop the other day. It was $1. You probably remember seeing it if you saw my haul. It's a very odd cover, but it had stacks of paper in it and it feels really nice and thick, and I thought it might be good for watercolouring. And I was itching to do some more with my watercolour pencils, I should say. So I'm fortunate enough to have a set of Derwents. I'm not sure if I got these from the second-hand shop or my daughter left them behind. But I do have another 2 packs of watercolour pencils that I did get from the op shop. So I'm going to use, the brown and the olive to start off with and show you what I did. So I just want to create a strip that's over 1 inch wide, about 1.5 inches for good measure. Hopefully there's enough on my pencil. It needs a bit of a sharpen. So I'm going to start by doing like a darker line down the bottom. And then I'm just going to do it a bit lighter on the inside like this. Now you don't have to be too neat because it blends together when you activate it with the water. So just about like that should do. And then we'll get the green. And I'm going to do the same, starting from the top, a bit darker. And then do it a bit lighter. Just about like that. And then I'll grab my water pen and a tissue. Sometimes I need to blot it. Sometimes it comes out with a bit too much water. And we'll just start activating this. I know, it doesn't look like much, does it? But so you get something like that. And then I did that again with I think it was blue and green. And I'll show you what I did with that when I find it. I made little strips like that. Once they dried, I cut them out. They're about 1 inch wide. 1 inch and a bit wide and about 1 inch tall. But they're really cool backgrounds. And then I did these ones as well, which were the green and blue. I think I did a lot better with these ones though, at blending it in and having it darker down the bottom and that, so they turned out really good. And then I decided with that they'd be good backgrounds for faux stamps, because I thought I'd get on the faux stamp bandwagon that everyone's on at the moment. Why not? So this is manila folder that I cut out with my stamp die, which a lot of us have. battery light is flashing, so I think I better change my battery. I will be back. Okay, so battery disaster averted. Firstly, we will ink manila folder stamp backs. So just had a busy day cleaning today. Finding all my stamps. They always end up here, there and everywhere under piles of papers, so I'm just using walnut stain here. Meant to do heaps more today craft wise, but I wanted to do this and I couldn't find anything as usual, so I was sure that I had a tea-dyed bit of cardstock around here somewhere, but I think I searched for that on and off for about an hour and gave up and grabbed the manila folder instead, which I'm kind of glad because it turns out looking really nice. So that's those done, and we'll ink the edges of these lightly as well, just to get rid of the white. Now, looks like we're just doing 4. Fluff glue stuck to the back of that. Let's remove that. It's nice and peaceful. I think it's like 11:30 at night or something. It's sort of peaceful. My son's still yelling in the background here and there, but sort of used to that, so I don't notice as much now. Alright, so we'll stick our backgrounds on. Just grab another tissue. Yeah, so I just measured the area of the stamp that I wanted to cover with the background and then cut them into shape. Usually I sort of try and wing it and they end up really crooked and that, so I think I got them a bit straighter this time. Oh yes, if you're watching this and you like to follow along with the monthly challenges, like the one that Deb and I did, and I'm doing the junk mail one this month, I wanted to pre-warn you that next month I'll be doing something with your cardboard packaging that you get like from your food and biscuit packets and that sort of stuff. So your thinner sort of cardboard. So if you're interested, then start hanging on to that. I've got a stack here, and the only way I'll use it is if I challenge myself to do some mass making with it. So that's the idea. So yeah, if you want to go along with me, then start keeping a whole heap of that sort of stuff. Deb will hopefully be back on board and I can challenge her for March. I know a few people are doing the junk mail challenge now, which is wonderful, and we've even had one person, hi David, who's finished his and put photos up already, so that's really cool. And a massive thank you to Rayleigh. She put from Crafts from the Dungeon. I'll try and remember to link her down below. She put up a video of making some, they're beads, they're pillow beads that she made with junk mail. And she also gave us a quick flip through 2 junk mail journals that she's made. One's a journal and one's an art journal, I think. She's done some amazing things in her art journal, so you're always welcome to go check that out. She's got a link down the bottom too showing how she makes her junk mail journals, so I'm going to have to check that out myself later. I've started on a glue book, just a little one for myself, but I'm also wanting to do a junk mail journal, because I've got so much junk mail, I might as well use a whole heap of it, I think. I'm having great fun with the glue book, just cutting out bits. I had Spotlight catalogues, so I cut out a whole heap of pictures off of that and made a nice crafty cover for it. Alright, so there are backgrounds done. So now I think we'll stamp, I've got two tiny little, which I don't want to lose. They are numbers, so I've got a 3 and a 5 there. They are from the Kaiser Craft Back to School set. That's not the set there. Where is it? See, I'm still losing my stamps. There it is. So it's that one. So the numbers on the bottom are perfect size for your little faux stamps. But you do have to do them separately. If you try putting them together, they're spaced too far apart. Now we want the dark on the bottom and the blue at the top of those ones. So we'll start with our number 5, I think that is. Put him on our little stamp block. And for this I'll use my stays on because I want it to be quite dark. Messy stuff, this stays on. Make sure it's the right way. Oh, that's a 3. I should be wearing my glasses as usual. They are hard to see. So put that there. And one there. They work really well, these though. Just wipe that down. Take it off, put it somewhere where I won't lose it, because I'd be devastated. And put the 5 on. Might put them on the other side where I haven't wiped it down. Get rid of the bits that are on there. Alright, make sure it's up the right way. Now, this is the hard part. Not too bad. It's a bit off, but that's all right. There we go. Just wipe that one down. Put the lid on our ink. So, then the numbers done. There. See, doesn't the background look cool in the watercolour like that? I think the paper's really good for watercolour as well. So really nice. I don't think I did as well with the one I did before, but that's all right. I'll still use it. It might look good cut up and stuck on like this. So now we will do our birdies. I want to do birdie stamps. Now I have this. You might have seen me using it. I used some of the pictures out of this What Bird Is That book for my junk mail journal on the birds from Rarotonga, but of course there's a lot of birds in here that I won't use for that, so they're perfect size for doing these little projects. I've used them before to embellish little envelopes as well, I think. So I have already fussy cut a few of them out. I've got 2 seabirds and 2 like quail things, these things. So now I just got to ink around them, which I could have done before to save time, but that would be too easy. I don't want black, but I've got to keep that. It's late, so I've got to talk myself through what I'm doing so I don't forget and do something wrong. So just giving that quick ink. So I hope the weather's been kind to everyone and you've all had a bit of rain in Australia. Don't know what it's like in America. It's probably snowing and stuff. That's not too bad. I cut most of the base off of the sea ones because it was a brownish sort of base and it didn't go very well on my background. But I couldn't real fussy cut the feet. I already broke, I think I broke his beak off. He had a hook beak. But shush, don't tell anyone. I think he had a bit of a pointier tail too. Usually if I break him, it's like, no, he has to go in the rubbish because it doesn't look right, but he still looks like a bird, so he'll survive. And the other one, very fiddly. off shopping with my mum tomorrow. Try and avoid the second-hand shops and the craft stores though. I was going to buy a few things this week, but then I got my electricity bill, so bills come first. Now, so we'll stick them all on. So we'll start with our two little quails. Find my glue. I could do, yeah, text stamp and that, but I don't really like over stamping stuff all the time. I think there's a place for it, but not everywhere on everything. And I love the background here, so I'll just stick him up there, I reckon. Grab this little one. I did get out some stamps of like palm fronds and branches and that, but again I just like the simplicity of the bird, and I like seeing the painted background because it's really nice on this paper. Alright, so that's those two. Where are we going to put you? Out there. Got glue all over that one. Should be using my fine tip glue, but I really do need to give that a wash. Having so much trouble with it. Being slack, I think I should probably buy a couple more. They come in a 2-pack, my little this little thing, bottle with the fine tip, but I gave one to Mum, so I think I should just buy like 4 of them or something for when one gets a bit too clogged up, and then wash it out. Oh, my glue's just going everywhere. Ripped his little foot off. Darn. How does he look with one? Where did you go, little foot? Oh, he's hanging from my finger. Let's see if I can get him on. Oh, my glue won't stop coming out. Now where are you? Still hanging from my finger. This is going to be fun. Tiny bit of glue on him. Try and get him up the right way. Tweezers, help. Which is the right way? There. Oh, that's not too bad. Well, you'd hardly tell. What do you reckon? Did I save his foot alright? Not too bad. Alright, so now I'll just put the lid back on my tweezers. And then every time I go to use them in a hurry, I'm like, don't know what I'm doing, because it is the push to open thing and I just can't get my head around that yet. I have to use them a whole lot more, I think. Alright, now we have to stamp our little stampy things. Now, which kit did they come out of? Oh, it was this one. I reckon this was eBay. I wrote that on the thing. This came from eBay, and it has a little postage, like the cancelled mark, and then a little postmark. So I'm using those two. So we'll do our round postmark first. Now, just get a scrap piece of paper. If I don't have a scrap piece of paper here somewhere, there's something wrong. That'll do. Dock it. Just to make sure I've got it up the way I want it. Not that it has to be, but yeah, that looks good. And I'll just stamp it. where I see fit. Kind of like it in front of those ones. Yeah. Wipe that one down. Get our other one on. It's funny, I even like prefer this up a certain way. That way. Alright. I'll put that up there. And there. Doesn't really matter. Usually I put it with that, but who cares? Got to learn to live a little. That'll do, I reckon. So, they are my take on the faux stamp craze for this moment. I'm sure I'll try all the other ways sometime, but I'm really enjoying getting to know my watercolour pencils and my water pen. My background is, yeah, but these ones were really good, but that'll probably look good cut out and used like that anyway, so you never know. But yeah, I love the way these turned out, so I'll give you a closer look at those. So they're the two Waterbird ones. And they're the two quail-like ones. Aren't they beautiful? I think I like the browner ones better. And this is one, this was my practice. So I really love that. So thanks for coming along. I hope I have inspired you to get out your watercolour pencils and give them a go, even if you can't paint like me, because something like that's so easy and that looks beautiful. So, and it's a good way to use up. I see a few other people grabbing these books as well. Really good for your faux stamps. Take care, everyone. See you later.